The air war heats up. This is combat footage of a kill. 2 Iraqi fighters shot down.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw. Tonight, America at war.
Good evening. Iraq still has a sizable air force, most of it apparently protected from air raids by deep bunkers. But today, Saddam Hussein sent attack planes into the air over the Persian Gulf, and it was Arab against Arab. NBC's Arthur Kent is in Saudi Arabia tonight. Arthur?
Tom, the Iraqi Air Force tried to surprise Allied warships in the Gulf with Exocet missiles, but only one Exocet was fired unsuccessfully. And an unexpected hero got the better of attacking Iraqi pilots.
The Royal Saudi Air Force has been accused by some of being unprepared for aerial combat. But today, this F-15 pilot shot down 2 Iraqi warplanes believed to have been trying to attack Allied ships in the Gulf.
We are really wake up there in the airplane. It's not like any routine. This is a war.
Target! Bandit! Roger, the first target destroyed! The first target destroyed!
The Saudis were eager to put the kingdom's first air ace before reporters. The captain says the threat from Saddam Hussein's Air Force is far from over.
We are expecting more attacks. There is no time to spend thinking about this thing,
While the Allies chalked up more Iraqi kills, on the other side of the ledger, another British tornado was lost today. It's the 6th RAF tornado downed by Iraqi ground fire. This tornado managed to limp back to base, showing the scars of a low-level bombing run in Iraq. Despite setbacks, however, the Allied air effort expanded today with Canadian FA-18 Hornets flying shotgun for bombers over Iraq. Warplanes from the Gulf state of Bahrain also took part in combat missions for the first time, and French planes struck targets in Iraq. France had previously restricted its planes to missions in Kuwait.
Militarily and politically, the broader participation of Allied air forces in the air war is bad news for Saddam Hussein. And if what is going on in the air holds true on the ground, then this alliance will be much more powerful than first expected. Tom?
Thank you, Arthur Kent, in Saudi Arabia tonight. And again today, U.S. military strategists were trying to reassure everyone that this war is going as planned. NBC's Fred Francis at the Pentagon tonight on the beginning of week 2. First, the successful dogfights, then another victory for the Allies. Fred?
Tom, another drama in the war today came unexpectedly when U.S. forces reclaimed a spit of land belonging to Kuwait. It began with the sinking of an Iraqi minesweeper and ended with the first ground combat on a tiny Persian Gulf island. The Central Command said today it did not know the island was occupied until U.S. forces were fired upon.
Reports indicate that 3 Iraqi personnel were killed in this encounter, and a total of 51 EPWs have been taken into custody.
At the Pentagon today, congressional leaders got a top-secret briefing, which included enlarged satellite pictures showing detailed damage to Saddam's nuclear, chemical, and biological production and research facilities. One Pentagon official said congressmen were amazed with the accuracy of U.S. weapons and the scope of target selection. Major General Martin Brantner said the destruction to prime targets, Iraqi's nuclear facilities, was complete without radioactive danger.
We seriously, of course, considered those effects as we planned our targeting against those facilities. And we were very, very confident at the outset that there would not be significant result, and our indications to this point are that there have not been significant radiation problems.
Meanwhile, the latest NBC News Wall Street Journal poll shows a surge in support for the war effort. Remarkably, 91% of Americans polled supported the continuation of the war to force Iraq to withdraw from Kuwait. And almost 3/4 of Americans polled said the U.S. should press on to capture or kill Saddam Hussein. But the focus of the U.S. bombing today was not Saddam's hideouts, but his elite tank units and supply depots in southern Iraq. An official here said, one by one, they are being destroyed. Tom?
Thank you, Fred. With all of the attention on the air war, we can't overlook the action that has already occurred on the ground. The first Marine artillery attack on Iraqi positions in Kuwait. Brad Willis was there.
The raid begins mid-afternoon, January 23rd. A platoon of tow missile vehicles from Task Force Terror moving out through the desert. winding their way carefully north towards the Kuwaiti border. Hours later, at sunset, they rendezvous with Fox Battery Artillery Section. Marines are ready to hit back at the Iraqis.
Saddam Hussein has really hurt a lot of people, not only just because we're all over here and we're away from our families, but it's just a good opportunity for us to show old Saddam what we can do.
In bunkers quickly dug beside their artillery guns, young Marines at the ready, most having never seen battle before.
I suppose if you took 15 dozen emotions and turned them up full blast and put them all in your body at once, that's probably what I feel like.
Some check and recheck their payloads, 155mm shells and powder explosives. Not too far away, thunderous bombs begin to explode. It's a big bomb going on.
Yeah, it is. Hope it's us.
The Marines admit that the Iraqi army has more artillery pieces and heavier firepower than they do. But they believe that with raids like this, getting in fast, hitting hard, and getting out quickly, they can get the edge. Fox Battery Commanding Officer, Captain Bruce Kowalski.
So instead of sitting back, far back there and getting clobbered, we'd much rather get in there and bloody his nose.
As we move even further north towards the Kuwaiti border, a multi-barrel rocket launcher, hidden somewhere, fires over our heads. Shortly before midnight, Fox Battery attacks. 35 deadly shells fired north into the night in a few minutes' time. The Marines retreat safely into the desert. They may never know if they hit their target, but they do plan to strike again. Near the Kuwaiti border, Brad Willis, Saudi Arabia.